So we're here to talk about the Worker Protection Act 2023, which comes into force on the 26th of October. Now, this new piece of legislation is going to impose a new duty on employers to take preventative measures to ensure that reasonable steps are taken to prevent sexual harassment in the workplace. The Equality and Human Rights Commission has introduced an 8-step guide for employers to take to ensure that sexual harassment does not take place in the workplace. And obviously, with regards to these steps, what would you say is the short-term measures that employers can take to prevent sexual harassment?
So I think that employers should be looking in the short term to be reviewing their anti-harassment policies, and if they don't have any specific anti-harassment policies in place, looking to put some in place. I think it will not just be a case of putting them in place now, it will be also following up on to ensure that they have been implemented, and so there will be a real view of going forward as well. A big focus of this legislation as well will be putting in place risk assessments. So this will put this sort of idea to employers that they need to be undertaking risk assessments, not just in the first 100 days of the legislation, but going forward as well, to really identify any areas of concern, raise any red flags with where there might be issues with sexual harassment, and then really following up on those risk assessments to ensure that there are policies put in place to combat any issues and to really stop those issues from going forward.
Obviously, it's key as well to highlight that this isn't just obviously short term. You need to be thinking about long term and ongoing measures that employers can put in place. So, for example, training would also be really important, not only just for junior members of staff, but continuing that all the way through until management, and having refresher training perhaps maybe every 6 to 12 months. In addition to that, perhaps having professionals going in-house and delivering such training sessions to employees so they know exactly where they stand on the law, what to look out for, and obviously leading into that is having the appropriate reporting measures, whether that's anonymised and having the appropriate channels to raise such issues if they do come to play.